Hey, I just nearly lost my YouTube channel and my email in a little scam attempt. I thought I'd inform you guys about. Even if you don't not doing what I'm doing, you're doing something similar. So I listed my house for sale on Zillow, and when I listed it, it said that um, it was going to take up to 72 hours, and someone was going to have to call me. So right after I listed it or submitted it, it wasn't listed yet. I submitted the order or whatever you want to call it. And I got a phone call, but unfortunately my phone deemed it to be spam and it didn't go through. So I'm like, oh, geez, great. Well, hopefully they call me back. So I whitelisted that number, anxiously waiting on them to call me back. 4 or 5 hours later, again, I'm waiting on my ad to be approved. They said they weren't going to post it until they spoke to me. I get a text message from somebody saying, "Hey, I'm going to send you a Google This is so and so from Zillow. This is Alicia Jones from Zillow, and I'm going to send you a Google verification code. I need you to read me that code back." It's like that seems odd, but I was like driving in the car and I was like, and I want my ad to be approved. I'm like, well, the only people that know I posted this Zillow ad are Zillow, my wife, and me. So how could this possibly be a scammer? So I texted back. I'm like, okay, sure. What do you need? So she said, okay, in a minute, you're going to get a Google verification code. And sure enough, I got a Google verification code. And it said, it gave me the number and it said, this is your Google Voice verification code. Do not share it with anyone. I was like, still thinking, this doesn't seem right. But who knows? I have this ad out there, but Zillow, my wife, and me, this must be Zillow. But I wasn't comfortable enough. I'm like, I'm driving. I'm not going to do something stupid. So I was like, I want my ad approved. I replied to this text message, said, I want my ad approved, but I don't feel comfortable giving you this number. You're going to have to wait or whatever. So then I'm driving along, my wife calls and she's like, hey, the ad is up. The Zillow ad is up. And I'm thinking, oh, okay. So what these people are doing is they're waiting for Zillow ads to go up and they're immediately calling the people. And before the people realize the ad is up, they call them, like me. I didn't know the ad was up and it shouldn't have been up based on what Zillow told me. And they're like, hey, I need your, so and so verification code. And so they had some legitimacy because I didn't think anyone knew this Zillow ad was going up. Well, little did I know the whole internet could have known because it was out there. And I very nearly, I mean, I said nearly, I considered giving them the number. Probably the closest I've come to being scammed, I guess you'd say. But anyone else who doesn't do, IT type work for a living probably would have fallen for this, probably would have given them the code, and then they would have lost their email and their YouTube channel. They probably wouldn't have a YouTube channel, but if they did, they'd lose that. And then these people can do, stuff with your credit card because, two-factor, they send an email, an email thing. It's a whole shebang. But it's a pretty, I guess, clever scam. They've got a script running that just watches for new Zillow ads to go up. The instant the Zillow ad goes up, the phone number is in the ad. They immediately call that person before the person knows that the ad is up and says, hey, if you want your Zillow ad to go up, you better give me this code that I'm about to send you. So be careful, not just when you're doing Zillow, but when you're doing anything like this, that they're coming at you from any kind of angle they can come at you from. So be warned.